Hey friends, I'm Steph from cheapskatecook.com and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how you can save money, eat healthy, and eat dessert. So it's gonna be amazing. If you are looking for a simple, real food dessert that takes like 5 minutes to put together, is dairy-free, gluten-free, and is actually really delicious, I'm about to change your life. Chocolate Dessert Hummus. And let's just pause for a minute there, because dessert and hummus is about the grossest combination I've ever heard of in my life. I like dessert and I like hummus. I just don't like them in the same word. But stick with me here, because this is one of my kids' favorite desserts. Yes, my kids love this recipe, and I can't wait to share it with you because it is budget friendly, it is naturally sweetened, it is allergy friendly, and it's amazing! I have also hidden in this video a easy variation that you are going to love, so see if you can find it. It'll only pop up for like half a second. Let me know in the comments if you find it. Okay, so first I want to explain why it is called hummus. It's called hummus because the main ingredient in this dessert is, wait for it, beans. Alright, just beans, just like you would expect from something called dessert hummus. But the reality is that the beans that you use for regular hummus and dessert hummus are a very neutral flavor. So they become this creamy, delicious flavor wagon in the food processor, and they take on the flavors of whatever ingredients you put in with them. So in this case, we're putting cocoa powder in there, we're putting some maple syrup in there, some vanilla, maybe some chocolate chips, some creamy nut butter. And so it's going to be a really delicious dip that you can use for pretzels, graham crackers, fruit. You can serve it at a party, or if you're like us and just a little crazy, we just eat it in a bowl with a spoon. Because you just whirl everything together in the food processor, Chocolate Dessert Hummus is one of those very rare, real food desserts that you can go from, I'm craving something chocolate, to boom, chocolate in 5 minutes. Making Chocolate Dessert Hummus is as easy as gathering your ingredients, which you probably already have in your kitchen, dumping them into the food processor, pressing start, and then pouring it into a bowl. That's it. So easy, takes almost no time at all. And it is actually kid-friendly. I know a lot of kids who love this. Before we get going, I ask that you hit the subscribe button, and if so far you like where this video is going, hit the like button too, because that helps more people see it, and I would love to show you all the different ways to save money and eat healthy. Because I care about your budget, I've got a couple of budget-friendly tips for you for each of the ingredients, okay? So first are the beans. So you can use there are all kinds of beans that you could use, but I'm going to give you 3 of the main neutral flavored beans that you would use for a dessert recipe like this. And that is chickpeas, obviously, the classic hummus bean. Great Northern beans, which in my area, and depending on where you live, might be true in your area as well, are a lot less expensive than chickpeas. Or black beans. You know, like what you use for black bean brownies? Yeah, you can use them for hummus. You just don't bake the brownie mix, right? It's kind of what we always want to do with brownie batter anyway. I don't love black beans in this recipe simply because black beans have a thicker skin. So while they lend a richer color, like, you know, that deep, dark, chocolatey color to the finished product, the texture is very off-putting when you've got some bean skins left in your hummus. Bean skins, what a gross word. So I'm going to give you a tip in case you need to use black beans that will work for you every time. All you have to do is peel the skins off the black beans before you blend it. I'm just kidding. I would never tell you to peel the skin off of the beans. Instead, what you want to do is blend the beans, let it sit in the fridge for like, I don't know, a couple of hours, because that helps the bean skins soften, and then blend it again, and then they'll disappear, no problem. This might not be a problem if you have a really good food processor, but if you're like me and you just found the cheapest passable thing that would work off of Amazon, then this is what you want to do. This is also a great opportunity to make dry beans because dry beans are so much less expensive than canned beans. I know beans are beans, they're both pretty inexpensive, but think about it. You can get a giant bag of dry beans for $1 or $2, and then you can cook it in your slow cooker or on the stovetop or your Instant Pot, which I have a video about how to do it and it only takes like 5 minutes. Or you can spend like 50 cents, which is a good price for a can of beans, and again, not that expensive, for 1 can of beans. That will work for 1 recipe. So in our family, we try to buy dry beans as much as we can, and then we just cook up big batches of them and we can use them for all kinds of recipes that week. It helps us save money and it helps us eat healthier because beans are just kind of a good whole food. For the sweetener, I like to use maple syrup because I think that it has a really good flavor for this particular recipe. However, because this is a raw, uncooked recipe, except for the beans were cooked at one point. However, because you are not baking the finished product, this is a great opportunity to use raw honey if that's something that you have invested in. And so again, I prefer the maple syrup flavor. Everybody's different. I encourage you to try something that works for you. You might even want to try like half maple syrup and half raw honey if you want. You can also use all honey. Let's talk about nut butters. If you look at chocolate dessert hummus in the grocery stores, and yes, some grocery stores do carry them, it's in like the really trendy, expensive section that we never go to. You will find that some of the dessert hummus recipes don't really call for nut butter, and that's fine, and you can do that with this recipe too, but you will have to adjust the sweetener and the cocoa powder and the vanilla to find a flavor that you like, because I have found that if I don't have some kind of like good fat, like some kind of nut butter in there, then you can taste the beans a little more and you're kind of like, this tastes like it's healthy. And the nut butter adds this rich, creamy fat that is so important to making food taste delicious. So I highly recommend that you use the nut butter, and it is not a big deal what nut butter you use in this recipe. We prefer peanut butter because it is inexpensive, it's easy to find where we live, and it's delicious because chocolate and peanut butter is the greatest combination in the history of forever. However, you can also use almond butter, you can use cashew butter, you can use sunflower seed butter, and you can use tahini. You know, the classic sesame seed paste that you would use in hummus. This is one of those super annoying but awesome recipes where you get to make it work for you because you just blend it together, taste it, and then adjust the ingredients as necessary. Keeping in mind that the flavors will grow richer as it sits in the fridge and they all have a chance to get to know each other and percolate really well. I don't know if that's the right word. In a second, I'm going to show you exactly how we do it. Really quick, before we move on, I would love to hear from you whether or not you like the chocolate peanut butter combination because I think it's the best. Vote in the comments below. Chocolate and peanut butter or just chocolate? So let's talk about whether chocolate dessert hummus is a healthy dessert. First, I would like to say that this is still a dessert. You are still pouring gobs of maple syrup into it, and it is not the same thing as eating a salad. However, if you look at the ingredients list, beans, maple syrup, cocoa powder, salt, vanilla, and some kind of nut butter, then it's not that bad, right? It's also gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free, and so I hope that this is kind of an easy thing that you can reach for when you're craving a dessert, but you don't want to like end up with a sugar high or eat a whole bunch of sugar all at once. This is also a fun dessert that I can make for my kids that I feel good about because I won't regret giving it to them in an hour or two when they are bouncing off the walls. So that's how you make chocolate dessert hummus, which turns out is not as gross as it sounds. I hope this recipe helps you save money and eat healthy. If you liked it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more ways to help you save money and eat healthy. Special thanks to kitchenstewardship.com for collaborating with us in this video. You can check out the recipe for chocolate dessert hummus in the description below, and don't forget to check out Kitchen Stewardship's YouTube channel. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I can't wait to show you more ways to save money and eat healthy. If you're looking for a simple, real food, or you can get one can for maybe 50 cents, and that's a good price. You can check out all the videos that, you will find that some of the dessert hummus recipes don't call for, keeping in mind that the flavors will go, you can check out the, hummus is made of real whole ingredients. It's very, excuse the truck.